Hello, people. Welcome to What If Civilization Started Over, episode 9. So, this is how this will start. First thing, the alliance layer is growing between the square alliance and the circle alliance. This is the alliance layer. It should be the alliance. Yeah, it is the alliance layer. So, the circle alliance will be getting Germany in its side. Square alliance will get this small Switzerland nation and also England. And since the Square Alliance got England, Scotland has to join against England. Ireland wants to be neutral, so it will not join this war. And this Circle Alliance will be getting Greece in the sides. And if Greece joins, Turkey joins against Greece. They also get this weird nation I still don't know the name of. The Circle Alliance. Mostly Europe is Circle. But guess who joins with the Square Alliance? The stupidest move that this Poland nation could do is join the Square Alliance. Because they're surrounded by Circle members. This nation will join the Circle Alliance. This nation will join the Square Alliance. And this nation right here gonna stay neutral. So since this has went into Iberia, this nation right here will join the Circle Alliance. Iraq Square. This nation Circle Square. This nation just wanna stay neutral because they cannot afford another war. Also these three nations, so this will be hard for them to invade. Africa, not a lot of nations will join this war, but India will join this war on the side of the Square Alliance and Vietnam. These two won't join. So I think the war will start next episode, in episode 10. So let's go to the trade routes layer quickly. We see the trade routes grow more into these Iberian nations. Routes. This nation also gets trade into them. And the European trade routes are barely used, but they will be grown a little bit into these nations. But with the war coming up, I think they're barely used, these trade routes right here. So this is now the trade routes. But here we see more exploration by these Southeast Asian countries. They explore much more. And this Vietnam nation sends a lot of explorers to explore this northern part. So they do well, and they send half of their explorers to explore this Java. This Indonesian island, I don't know the name of it. I only know Java. I don't know that island. I don't know this island. I only know Java. So they even find Taiwan. They end up getting lost in the Chinese land because they explored too far. But we do see Vietnam does take a few lands. But we do see Vietnam does take a few lands. They take this, and this. So this is how far Vietnam takes. And we see a Chinese nation come up. To the border of the Vietnamese. So these are the Vietnamese explorers that got lost. So the Vietnam are saying, why don't you just join us? And they're saying, no, we like our sovereignty. Sorry. They take over this and also Taiwan. So we see the start of China in this world. We have a Chinese nation going up. They put their capital on the island of Taiwan. So this is more. So these are more Southeast Asian nations. But another nation that we do see explore is this Maya. Take some land up north of them. This Myanmar nation takes up north from them. But India is also gonna take some land to Myanmar, so India is losing population and Myanmar is taking the religion of the Indian religion. So I think this is far enough. Oh, sorry. Oh. So I think this is far enough for a subscription check. If you've been watching my videos from episode 1 of What If Civilization Started Over to episode 9, for this long you've been watching them, I ask for you guys to subscribe. You've been watching for this long and you're not subscribed. Right now we're at, I think, 5 subscribers, so our goal is 10 subscribers by the end of the week. But by the end of the year, our goal is 20 subs. So if you can get us there, that would be amazing. So Russia, we see Russia explore more land and also take over some Finnish land right there, hindering the Finnish. Russia is becoming a big nation. Took over all of this land. And they take over also this Finnish land right here. But Finland won't just stand there while they'll try to cut off the Russians and also explore right up there fast to take over that land to stop the Russians from getting into Scandinavia. So the Russians and the Finnish really don't like each other. And both of them are not in the soon to be war. They didn't. They took this. Take this land. See the Germans sending a naval ship to take over a few parts of Scandinavia. They explore this Norwegian parts. I'm talking about Norwegian parts. Most of this Wisco is mostly inspired by the Norwegian mapper. but the Wisco in general is inspired by Aegis Pro, but thank you Norwegian Mapper for inspiring me. I didn't think I would be able to do Wisco, so thank you for the inspirement. So, we see the Germans move people to the Scandinavian area. They also get this island right here. Okay, so let me turn off this. So we see this small red nation. This was about to happen. This small red nation cannot survive alone. So they take this. They change the cap. They will be basically doing infrastructure. So that's these countries are about to be. These countries, okay. So let's change the power rankings pretty quick. So starting over, number 1 is still South Africa. But let me just put it as S.A. Number 2 has changed. It's the AU, or the African Union. So this is the first strongest nation, and this is the second strongest. The third strongest green Madagascar nation. 4 is Italy. So the South Angola nation is this nation right here.
No, this video is already done.
So the sixth strongest nation is Turkey. Number 8 is Greece. Greece has really went up in power rankings. So they're like on the same page as Turkey. Like the power of Greece and Turkey are exactly similar, so similar. So number 9 is Iberia. Number 10, taking the 10th strongest spot, is nation. Those are the power rankings. And the Omani nation is this nation right here. This nation has been buffing themselves up. It's now very strong. One of the strongest in the world. They now have a nation in the UAE, capital in the UAE. This purple Angolan nation has went down in strength, and now we'll be seeing a return of something horrible. In this green Madagascar nation, not the old king, the oldest general or the oldest heir of the old king was born here, in this village here. So they said, let's bring back the old ways of our nation right here. So we see the return of the old green nation. So they officially become a dictatorship. They were something like a republic or a constitutional monarchy, yeah. So they officially become a full monarchy. So for this What's this layer? Oh yeah, see. So for this to happen, we will have to put a government layer.
I will continue.
So this nation is now not a dictatorship. A full monarchy. Most of these nations are not full monarchies, they're like constitutional monarchies. This nation also a constitutional monarchy. So I'll be doing this more end of this video, and then I'll show you next video how this will look. So this is bad for every nation that surrounds them. This nation now wants to create an empire that stretches throughout almost all. So this is how big they want that empire to be. This is their dreams. Their dream. So their dream encompasses most of Eastern Africa, half of this nation. So this is the empire they want to make. So this is bad for almost all of Eastern Africa after a start of this empire. So this nation will start the empire right here. So the troops of this nation will start marching in this nation. They start marching in this nation, and this nation is fairly strong. South Africa doesn't know about this. So they have managed to push them back. But while they're trying to do that, this nation is also invading from this side. And also starting to get very close. So this will be the last, and here's the capital right here. So this will be the last thing that will happen in this video, because look at the minutes. 27 minutes of recording. I've been recording for like 27 minutes now. So, and I also gotta record episode 10 in this today. So they're getting very close to the capital and this major city. They capture this major city, and after South Africa sees what's happening, they start funding this nation very much to stop the invasion. And with this funding, because South Africa is the strongest nation, this funding, they managed to push back slightly. This nation's king is like, why are you entering in our business? And then they're like, wait your turn. So South Africa, so a lot of people are like, don't enter in their business in here. And after that, they stop their funding and ending the war of the Purple Nation. The aftermath of this war is critical. Very bad. This nation's capital is straight up, this nation's capital is straight up destroyed. And it's in most major cities are physically non-existent anymore. Then you see full annexation by this nation. So what we see is the start of the Green Empire. So this is the start of an empire of greatness and power. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Good.